back on Demi's channel today to do another palette mixing video. Today we're going to do a rainbow gradient. So if you've checked out my Instagram, I love paint mixing. I love making gradients and then these really large rainbow palettes. I use the palettes in different ways. So sometimes I'll use all of the colors. Sometimes I'll just pick a portion of the palette and I'll choose those colors for a piece. But they're really versatile and I like mixing them so that I can have them and use them on multiple pieces. So I was painting with Demi on her Patreon recently and we were using a very bright rainbow palette and we used 6 colors. Someone in the feed was asking about how to transition from colors so you can kind of go all the way around. So that's what we'll do today. I'm going to use 6 colors. I use the Deco Art paints. I'll show you the exact colors that I chose, but for me, I'm going to use kind of a bright, softer rainbow, but I've done a Moody rainbow, a muted rainbow, you can do pastel. You just want to choose a shade of each color and then we'll mix it through. It does help to kind of decide what you're going for, so you can choose colors that fit that. So for a Moody rainbow, you want to pick deeper, darker shades of the color. For the bright that we're going to do today, we'll pick brighter shades of all the colors. I will say usually I pick a pink instead of red. That's just personal preference. When I did the Moody rainbow, I did pick more of a deeper reddish pink. I haven't mixed this gradient before, so it'll be a little bit new. It'll be a little bit of trial and error, which I think is nice for you to see how I think about the colors and how I get the shades that I want. So we'll head up to my art desk, and then after this video, if you like how I mix the paint and you want to see how I use it, I'm gonna link a video to my YouTube where I will paint this 8-inch round in the palette that we create today. Okay, so here we are at my art desk, and what we're gonna use are 2 empty paint pot strips, and then the rainbow that I selected is kind of a bright rainbow. So I've done pastel and muted, but I wanted to do something bright and happy. So we're gonna use carousel pink, tangerine, sunny day, green tree, calypso blue, and lavender. And then I also use this little silicone stir stick. It's small, it works perfectly in these tiny little paint pots, and that's all we need. I usually will mix like 22 colors or something when I do my rainbow gradients, but we're gonna try to limit it to 12. So I've got 2 paint pots here. I've got my colors that I've already shown you, and then I'm gonna use my little paint stirrer, and let me grab a paper towel. I'm gonna go in rainbow order, and then we'll see how it goes. So I'm gonna start with the pink. So this is the carousel pink. Shake it up. So the pink is pretty vibrant, so I'm gonna make one. Just shake it better. Okay, we'll mix that up. So the next color is gonna be this tangerine. So we want a mix, and I don't always do 50-50. I kind of will choose what aesthetically I think looks good. So we'll do a little bit of orange, and I'm going to put a little bit of orange here, and then we'll mix this up and see how it looks. So it does look like a peachy pink. I'm gonna just stir this one so we can see how it looks. So we've got this bright pink, this kind of peachy, corally color, and then move to this bright orange. Okay. So next we're gonna move into the yellows. So we're gonna put a little bit of tangerine. So yellow will change quickly, so I don't add a lot of the extra color. So you'll see, so we'll add quite a bit of this yellow here. And give it a stir. Let's see, and hopefully it doesn't turn too orange. Still looks pretty yellow. So I'm gonna put it in kind of plain here so we can see. I've got a little chunk of paint. Okay, so you can see there's a little bit of difference between these two. Actually, I don't like how it looks plain. So I'm going to add just a little bit of white. And a little bit of saffron yellow, because that's a pretty deep yellow. And I'm going to add a little bit more tangerine to this, and we'll see how that goes. So it is a little bit of trial and error. Okay, so a little bit more orange. We'll see how this yellow goes. Okay, so I like that better. Okay, so that was the sunny day with a drop of saffron and a drop of white. And I think I'm gonna add a little bit more of this sunny day just so we have enough paint. So that's one problem I have, is sometimes I don't mix enough. So I'm gonna make sure I have enough of this carousel pink. And I know a lot of people don't like to mix paint, but if you know me, you know I love it. It's so satisfying. Okay, so we've got more. So we're now in this brighter yellow, and I'm gonna open my green tree. So green tree you can't find at the usual stores, so it's kind of annoying, but it is my favorite, like pastel-y green. So I would say you can use, so sweet mint, it's a little bit lighter in blue, or this kind of Irish moss. It's just not quite the same, but you could pick something else. It's just a pretty green. This is one of the ones that I kind of splurge and will order at Deco Art because I like it. And last time I ordered, I got 5 of these since I can't find it anywhere else. So we're gonna add a little bit here, and then we're gonna do our yellow. Okay. So let's mix this up. And so the yellow will turn green really fast with just a touch of that green. So that's that's why I say it's not like 50-50 when you're mixing. All the colors behave a little bit differently. That looks great. I'm going to flip this around so it'll be kind of like a circle when we're looking at it here. So we'll put this green tree. And it's just a pretty pastel-y green. And I may just a tiny bit more just to make it a little bit more cohesive. And then we're going to move to our blue. So we're going to do, this one will be about half and half. It might actually need a little bit more green. So I'm using Calypso blue. Let's see how that looks. So here the blue overpowered that green. So you can see it's kind of a big transition there. So what I'm going to do is we'll add our plain blue so we can see. And then I'm going to add a little bit of our green, a little bit more of our green. And sometimes I might need to hit it up with a more powerful green. We'll see. Oh, that's kind of pretty actually. It's like an aqua. I'm just gonna mix. So I didn't clean my stir stick, so it melts the colors a little bit. Like I wouldn't go from pink to green, but if I'm in the adjacent paint pot, I often won't clean it, so it kind of gets a little bit of that previous color. Okay, that's looking good. Nice and bright and happy. Okay, so now we've got our green, our medium, we've got blue, so we're gonna move to purple. So I've got lavender. It's kind of a dark purple, but we'll probably do about 50-50 of these. So I'll do the purple and the blue. Let's see how that looks. Oh, pretty. And you can, you know, look through. I have so much paint, and I probably could find something similar that's already made by DecoArt, like maybe Blue Harbor or like Perfect Perry, but I just like the way it looks when you mix it yourself. I think it just melds a little bit better when you're painting. Okay. So now we're going to put our plain purple. I'll be honest, when I'm mixing like my 24 color palettes, I won't even use any plain, but just for simplicity here, I'll do that. And then this pink and purple, I'm not exactly sure how it's gonna go, so let's see. We'll start with a 50-50. And then we'll mix. Yeah, this looks more purple than pink. So we're gonna need more pink to get that to look more different. Okay, and just have to be careful because this is close to the top. There we go. I want to make sure it's not like a muddy purple, so let's see. It's actually looking okay. Okay. It's still a little more purple because I don't have great transition between those two. So what I'm gonna do, since I'm running out of room, I'm gonna scoop out some of this paint. Actually have a little baby spoon that I use for this. So this is what I was saying, some colors can take the mix, so like this kind of half and half works better. Yellow didn't take it, and now this pink just doesn't. Do one more scoop out. Okay, and we're going to add a little bit of pink. There, I like that better. I'm actually going to take a little bit of this color that's on my spatula and put it in the pink, just to kind of tone it down a tiny bit. Okay, so now these look good. This looks good. This could be a little bit more purple. So we'll add a little bit here. Okay. That looks good. Got this. This maybe a touch more green. And this is all where you can decide how different you want it to be. Just gonna add a little bit more. Okay, it's good. And then these, I think I could use still a little bit more. I'll put some plain orange here. Just one more squeeze. Orange. Like I said, I'm not cleaning my stir stick. That way I get some more. Oh, I like that. So it's not pastel, it's kind of like a bright, happy rainbow. So what I'm going to do is we'll swatch it out and see if we're happy and make any adjustments if we need to. Oh, and one more thing I get a lot of questions about are the air bubbles. And so I just tap it, and most of the air bubbles will pop. Still see a little bit, just a chunk in here. So tapping will help, and then just waiting, and then if I do see any big bubbles when I am painting, I just pop them. But there's not that many bubbles. Looks pretty good. Okay, let me get my paper and we'll swatch this out. Come out a little bit. Okay, I'll get a new page. And this is amazing. It's just a black cardstock notebook. I use it for patterns and colors, and it's kind of nice to look back and have everything in one place. Okay, so let's swatch it out. I'm going to use my size 6 dotting rod. So I'm left-handed, so we're just going to go this way to make it easier for me. I love when people swatch it out with brush strokes. I love brush strokes, but I can't make it look pretty, so I just do the dots. That was the one I wanted to check, that yellow. It looks good with between these two. Purple. Great. And you can see some air bubbles. So like I said, you just take your sharpest tool and just pop them. And it is helpful to take a look when it dries, because they do look different. But I like it. Actually, probably won't make any adjustments. Pretty happy with the transition. And kind of swatching it out this way, you can see it really comes back to each other here. I hope you liked it.